What happens to a community when there is no real sense of leadership? What happens to a generation of boys when they have so few men to guide them? What happens is a life that starts without hope. So what needs to happen next? Someone has to step up to the plate.
I felt that we had to do something with these kids around the community here. They were looking for hope, and they were looking for entertainment. They were looking for something to do. And obviously our prayer were answered. I believe the next day we came here to the Batey, and there was a little boy about 6 years old that kind of was the messenger through God to ask us or myself, just running out of nowhere, Pujols, when you gonna start a baseball league here? It was like, wow, something hit me right in the face, and you say, wait a minute here, you know? So right away I felt that was a message from God, and when we decided to do this Batey.
Batey baseball is extremely important here, mostly because the first 2 times that I've been here in Batey Alaman, I've noticed that you don't see dads. And when I'm going into homes, I'm seeing a 20-year-old mother who has 3 kids, each with a different dad. And I'm like, well, you know, is the dad in so-and-so's life? No, you know, she doesn't see her dad. Or, you know, I don't talk to him anymore. And it's sad because these kids are growing up without a dad, and they're never gonna have a man in their life. And when these kids grow up, they're not gonna know what it means to be a good son, what it means to be a good father, and what it means to be a good dad.
Well, I think here in the Dominican, you have to speak the language of baseball to get their attention. Here in the Dominican, these children see their future in baseball. Not necessarily education, not necessarily work, it's baseball. So when you speak that language here, then you've opened the doors to their minds, basically, and to their hearts. And so I think by putting baseball in here, and not only teaching teamwork and respect, but perseverance, hard work, work ethic, you know, that all falls into place. And if you have coaches that are here that are good Christian men that are injecting these attributes into the kids, and the kids are watching them lead by example, and it's being done on a baseball field, you don't get their attention more than that.
We got 2 different things going on there. One is the young men that are actually in the program and the discipleship that they're learning in terms of being a responsible man and what does it mean to be a man, and the values that are being taught through that in terms of honoring relationships and honoring their families. But you're also seeing the fathers come. You have a common interest that these kids can share with their dads, and that their dads have a genuine independent interest in, and so they're coming down to watch and to learn.
I'm not gonna lie to you, there was a couple of tears that came down. I mean, it was pretty emotional. It's amazing. You know, it's pretty amazing, and you know, it was just tear of joy and just praising God for, you know, to be able to do that, because that field was nothing, you know, just 3 years ago, and these people were looking for hope. And through God, we were able to do that.
And I come out here, and where there used to be a cow pasture, there is a field that not only has bases and markings, but it is as good as any field back home. Like, any kid would love to play on this field. And it's not something we did. You know, we didn't put this field together, and we didn't clean up this field for them. The community literally took this as a challenge and came together to say, you know, look at what you're doing for me, but look at what we can do for ourselves.
You can see with Albert when he's interacting with the kids, just the love he has for the kids themselves, and how he's able to take his passion of baseball and use that with the kids. Because of his success, the kids are anxious to learn and to listen. And he's established a solid foundation of respect.
One thing is saying something, another thing when you can see yourself. Because those kids, they feel so proud. They feel so elegant. They feel so important. just because they have that uniform on. Having that uniform on and that shoes on, wow. To them, it's like being in heaven. And thanks to people like Rollins and whoever that is donating something, it helps to bring out the best of the children. Sometimes small things like that, sometimes you think it doesn't matter, but it says a lot. Just the change they see physically, it affects them psychologically. And that is a very important point.
We are for real. We're here to, to give and to help, and that we care about that, And to all our sponsors back in St. Louis, we thank you so much, because without you guys, we wouldn't be able to make this possible. And they trust our foundation for us to come down here and change those lives. Because I think through baseball, we're gonna be able to get attention, because baseball here is the hope. If we really have to use baseball to an outlet to share the gospel, then that's what we're gonna do.